Application of derivatives in economics is a very important part. So we'll learn the functions. Some important functions we'll list down. First is demand function. That is function of price. Marginal demand is first order derivative of this function. Supply. Supply is also a function of price. Or I'll not use f of p because it will confuse you. So let us use another function g of p. Marginal supply is first order derivative of this function. If you know the concept, demand has an inverse function with price. Economics मध्ये law of demand मध्ये तुम्हाला दिलेलं आहे की as the price increases, quantity demanded decreases and vice versa. Supply and price have direct relation. Price increase, more quantity is supplied. Price decrease, less quantity is supplied. Marginal demand is demand of the demand, quantity demanded on the last change of the price. Similarly, marginal supply is quantity supplied on the last change of the price. Then the next one is total cost. Cost function is given by C of x, where x is number of units produced. This is the cost function. CM is marginal cost. That is cost of the additional unit produced. And it is first order derivative of cost function. AC is average cost. It is total cost divided by number of units produced. Then revenue function. Revenue is what you get after selling X units. It is denoted by R and it is price per unit into demand. So P is price per unit and D is quantity demanded. Average revenue is total revenue upon total units demanded. Generally in perfect competition, average revenue is equal to price because it will be P into D upon D, so it becomes P. Profit. Okay, we'll also write down marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is first order derivative of this. If X is number of units sold. Next is profit function. Is revenue minus cost. And obviously, loss function will be cost minus revenue. If this is negative, then it is loss. Then the next one, which is very important, is elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand is denoted by this sign. न्यूमर्पण म्हणतात याला. म्हणजे n काढायचा आणि त्याला थोडंसं त्याची हे वाढवून टाकायची. या साइडची टेल. Okay, this is elasticity of demand. It is given as minus P, price upon demand, into DDP of P. If DDP of P is less than 0, then elasticity is greater than 0. If elasticity is equal to 0, then demand is constant function of price, or demand is equal to 0, perfectly inelastic. If elasticity is in between 0 and 1, then demand is relatively inelastic. If elasticity is greater than 1, then demand is relatively elastic. And when elasticity is equal to 1, then demand is unitary elastic. These are the interpretations that we need in economic functions. Then there is one more relation between marginal revenue and average revenue. When we are studying this in application of demand or application of derivatives, actually it is expected that you already know this concept. Maths doesn't require you to define these concepts. Marginal revenue is RM and average revenue is RA. And the relation between marginal revenue and average revenue is marginal revenue is average revenue 1 minus 1 upon elasticity. It's a very important concept. Then there is also a propensity to consume concept that we'll see now. Marginal propensity to consume. The propensity means ability of consumption. So we'll talk about marginal. These are all economic concepts. Marginal propensity. Propensity means ability to consume. If X is income, then expenditure is function of income. So E of X is function of income. Marginal propensity to consume given by MPC is first order derivative of this function. Average propensity to consume is total income or total expenditure upon income. Marginal propensity to consume means how much I am going to consume, that is expend. So iska ulta ho jayega, how much I am going to save, because savings is also a function of income, whereas is saving and E is expenditure. This is saving function. So marginal propensity to save is first order derivative of this, and average propensity to save is total savings upon X. An important rule here is marginal propensity to consume plus marginal propensity to save is equals to 1, and average propensity to consume plus average propensity to save is equal to 1. हमको जो भी सम्स आते हैं वो इन दो फैक्टर्स पे ज्यादा आते हैं. Ability to consume means propensity to consume. Ability or capability of saving is propensity to save. क्योंकि इनकम के सिर्फ दो ही चीजें होती है, एक तो वो कंज्यूम होता है या वो सेव होता है. These are all the economic functions and we have to use them to solve the sums. Sums किस पे ज्यादा आएंगे? Sums आते हैं इस पे MPC MPS पे, फिर रेवेन्यू मार्जिनल एवरेज रेवेन्यू के रिलेशन पे आते हैं, और ज्यादातर सम इस प्रॉफिट पे आते हैं, रेवेन्यू कॉस्ट एंड प्रॉफिट, इन सब पे सम्स आते हैं. बहुत ही इजी होते हैं सम्स. इनफैक्ट मैं बोलूंगी कि ये थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है लेकिन सम्स काफी इजी है. ये कंसेप्ट समझना थोड़ा सा, क्योंकि वो इकोनॉमिक्स से रिलेट करना पड़ता है और यूजुअली हम लोगों को ये इस तरह के रिलेशंस लगाने की आदत नहीं है, तो ये समझने में थोड़ा शायद डिफिकल्ट जाएगा, लेकिन ये बहुत ही सम्स बहुत इजी होते हैं उसके. We'll see the sums of this formulas of economics. Now 4.4, question number 1. The demand function of commodity at price P is given as D. D is equals to 40 minus 5P upon 8. You have to check whether it is increasing or decreasing. So to check whether it is increasing or decreasing, we have to take the derivative. So we'll take derivative of this. Because demand is function of price, we'll take derivative with respect to price. 40 is the derivative, is 40 is constant, so 0 minus 5 by 8 dp of p, this will become 1. So my answer is minus 5 by 8. Minus 5 by 8 is less than 0, and therefore d is decreasing function of P, that is price. The second sum, the price P for demand D is given as price P for demand D is given as 183 plus 120D minus 3D square. Find D for which price is increasing. We want to find D for which price is increasing. Price is given as a function of demand. So if we have to find increasing, decreasing, we'll have to find out the derivative. So I'll first find out derivative of P with respect to D. This is constant, 0 plus 120 minus 6D. Now we want the price to be increasing, the function to be increasing. If the function, I'll say since price P is increasing function, then D of P is greater than 0. So 120 minus 6D should be greater than 0. So 120 should be greater than 6D. So 20 should be greater than D. That is, D should be less than 20. So the price is increasing for demand less than 20. You will write down, therefore, price is increasing for D less than 20. Now the next one. Question number 3. Total cost function for production of X articles is given as, total cost is given as 100 plus 600x minus 3x square. We have to find the value of X for which total cost is decreasing. So this is the cost function. I want the value of X for which it is decreasing. If it is decreasing, I'll find out the derivative of this first. That will be 0 plus 600 minus 6x. As cost is decreasing, d dx of C should be less than 0. So 600 minus 6x should be less than 0. 600 should be less than 6x. 100 should be less than x. That is, x should be greater than 100. So the total cost is decreasing. For x is greater than 100. They give you the function, you have to just find it out whether they are increasing or decreasing. Sometimes you may be required to find out the function and then find out whether they are increasing or decreasing. For example, in question number 4, they say that total cost is 180 plus 4x. The manufacturing company produces X items at total cost 180 plus 4x. The demand function of this product is P is equals to, so P is the price. Price is 240 minus X. Find X for which revenue is increasing, profit is increasing. This is my total cost. This is price per unit. What is the revenue function? It is price into demand. X is the number of units produced and demanded. So it will be 240 minus X into X. So 240X minus X square is the revenue function. We want to find out the value for which revenue is increasing. So I will find out derivative of this. That is 240 minus 2x. And this should be increasing. So this has to be greater than 0. So 240 minus 2x should be greater than 0. 240 should be greater than 2x. 120 should be greater than x, or x should be less than 120. The revenue is increasing, at x is less than 120. This was for the first one. Second, they want profit to be increasing. Profit function is revenue minus cost function. So what is revenue? 240x minus x square. 240x minus x square minus cost function is 180 plus 4x. So this is 240x minus x square minus 180 minus 4x. This is minus x square minus 236x minus 180. Now we want this to be increasing. So profit will be increasing if it is greater, if profit is greater than 0. So minus 2x square, sorry, minus x square. Minus x square minus 236x. This to will become 0 of. Sorry, this is just a profit function. We want to find out whether it is increasing or decreasing. So I'll have to find out the derivative of the profit function. That will be minus 2x minus 236. And this is 0. Now it has to be increasing. So minus 2x minus 236 should be greater than 0. So it is minus 236 should be greater than 2x. Profit function is the revenue minus cost function. So revenue function minus cost function, it is minus x square plus 236x minus 180. Now, if I have to find out whether it is increasing or decreasing, so I'll have to find out derivative of this. That will be minus 2x plus 236. Now, if it is to be increasing, so minus 2x plus 236 should be greater than 0. So 236 should be greater than 2x. So 236 divided by 2 is 118. So 118 should be greater than x, or x should be less than 118. So profit is maximum. Profit is increasing when x is less than 118. This is how we are going to solve these sums.